The sun rises, casting a warm glow across the seashore as a new day dawns. An old fisherman stands silhouetted against the morning light, ready to cast his net. With practiced ease, he throws his net, embracing the timeless tradition of the sea. Nearby, his weathered hut stands as a silent witness to years of simple, sea-bound living. The fisherman storms into his humble hut, his face ablaze with excitement despite his empty hands. His wife pauses her mending, her eyes questioning as she looks up at her husband. "Wife, you won't believe what happened today." The fisherman's voice rings with disbelief and wonder. He recounts his encounter with the golden fish, each detail amplifying the unbelievable tale. She listens intently, her initial weariness dissolving into growing curiosity, her gaze never leaving his face. At the seashore, a lone fisherman stands defiant against the wind, his voice carrying across the vast waters. He cries out to the sea, "Oh, golden fish! My wife desires a new cottage!" A shimmering light dances on the horizon, a promise of dreams fulfilled. As if conjured from the sea itself, a beautiful cottage materializes, its white walls gleaming. The cottage stands pristine against the horizon, a beacon of hope born from the sea's embrace. As sunlight floods the new cottage, casting a warm glow on the simple wooden furniture. The fisherman surveys his new home, a smile of contentment gracing his lips. Fishing nets hang neatly in the corner, symbols of a life intertwined with the sea. His wife stands by the window, lost in thought, her gaze fixed on the distant horizon. A faraway look clouds her eyes, hinting at dreams and memories carried on the wind. Upon the shore, the fisherman advances towards the golden fish, each step heavy with unspoken reluctance. He bears the burden of his wife's relentless desires, a weight that bends his shoulders and darkens his gaze. The golden fish sighs, its scales shimmering with a mournful light, as if understanding the sorrow it brings. With a subtle flick of its tail, the world transforms in a heartbeat, revealing a grand palace where only sand existed before. A gleaming white palace now stands majestically under the sun, a testament to desires fulfilled and a world irrevocably changed. In the grand palace, the fisherman's wife sits upon the throne, her royal attire failing to mask her inner discontent. Nearby, the fisherman stands, his unease escalating as he watches his wife's growing ambition. Her voice echoes through the hall. "I demand to be queen." Driven by insatiable greed, she declares, "And then I shall rule the sea." At the seashore's edge, a lone fisherman stands, his face etched with the burden of his wife's endless wants. His voice cracking with desperation, he implores the golden fish to grant her the power to rule the sea. Once tranquil, the ocean begins to churn violently, mirroring the turmoil in his heart. Dark clouds gather ominously overhead, signaling a dramatic shift in fate. Suddenly, the golden fish emerges, its scales shimmering, its presence commanding. Finally, the golden fish said, "Enough." At the seashore, the fisherman and his wife stand before their old hut, the grand palace now just a distant memory. They exchange a knowing glance, a silent acknowledgement of the lessons learned, etched in the lines of their faces. The vast sea stretches out before them, tranquil and serene, its gentle waves whispering tales of change and acceptance. The morning sun casts a golden glow upon the humble hut, highlighting its weathered walls. A sense of peace settles over them as they embrace the simplicity of their lives, leaving behind the allure of grandeur. The fisherman and his wife turn their gaze towards the horizon, the tranquil sea reflecting their newfound contentment.